Welcome to the Department of Watershed Management and Aviation Small Business Development Program Kickoff Meeting. Thank you for your attendance. My name is Marlene Coleman, and I am the Vendor Development Program Director, and I will be serving as your mistress of ceremony for the kickoff meeting. I want to welcome the Deputy Commissioner of Watershed Management, Mr. Muhammad Bala, the Deputy of Finance, and also the Deputy General Manager, Michael Smith. They will be doing the welcome today.
Thank you, Marlene, and good morning, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to our small business development kickoff in partnership with the Department of Aviation. My name is Muhammad Bala. I'm the Deputy Commissioner of the Department of Watershed Management and the CFO for the utility. Thank you guys all for being here again. Over the last 11 years, the Department of Watershed Management Small Business Development Program has created a platform to enable small, minority, and female businesses to foster relationships with the City of Atlanta and position their companies to potentially secure contracts on major water and sewer projects. To further enhance the program, last year, the City of Atlanta's Department of Watershed and Aviation partnered to offer a 15-week intensive training program for small, minority, and female contractors interested in learning sewer rehabilitation techniques, federal acquisition regulations, and construction management. We combined our resources to increase the number of quality and diversity of companies doing business with the City of Atlanta. Our inaugural partnership for this program was a success for us and the Department of Aviation. It's our goal to continue to provide vendor development programs that impact the communities in a positive way. We recognize our partnership goes further than the projects that our community businesses are involved in. We also recognize the need for a diverse business base to help us advance our priorities so that we may continue to deliver clean, safe drinking water and ensure healthy rivers and streams in our communities. This work impacts the citizens of Atlanta for years to come. We welcome everyone that participates in the program as partners in rebuilding, sustaining Atlanta water and sewer infrastructure. Each business that participates in this program contributes an investment of their time and in turn enables them as business owners to invest their talents to contributing to the success of major projects for the city. That is something we don't take for granted. So to all those that choose to make this investment, we thank you, we look forward to working with you, and we look forward to celebrating the success of your businesses. Thank you.
Good morning. On behalf of Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms and our Airport General Manager, John Selden, and the entire Hartsfield-Jackson team, we want to welcome you to this kickoff to this session of our Small Business Training Program. This will be the second class for business owners to tackle the rigors of our Small Business Development Program. Last year, we had some 40 small contractors and consulting firms complete the program, which is intended to aid participants' preparation to do business with Hartsfield-Jackson. With the Department of Watershed Management and with all other departments of the City of Atlanta. The Technical Assistance and Training Program will require a lot of you. At Hartsfield-Jackson alone, the opportunities are boundless. We have many construction projects underway, and it's part of our ATL Next, our multi-billion-dollar capital improvement program to modernize our facilities and prepare for the future growth. It'll take us about 20 years to complete this program, and it's going to require specialty trades that many of you offer. And for us to be successful, we're going to need you. Out of our total ATL Next budget, for planning, design, and construction, we have a goal of 37% for small business and minority and women-owned participation. To date, ATL Next has spent $458 million, or 33.5%, with minority and small business owners. Hartsfield-Jackson is the chief economic engine for the entire Southeast region. We're not only a transportation hub, but we create jobs. In the honor tradition of the late Mayor Maynard Jackson, who famously championed diversity and inclusion in airport business practices, we continue to maintain a commitment of small minority and women-owned business inclusion. Those of you who will be selected for this program will be given a golden opportunity, and we encourage you to make the most of it. Ms. Tanya Hicks, CEO of Power Solutions, certainly did. Tanya's here. Tanya, hi. She was among the 45 MWBEs selected to participate in our previous small business development section. Ms. Hicks tells us that the knowledge she gained from the coursework, specifically, thank you, specifically from the contract law class, helped her to land the biggest contract of her 20 years in business. From those sessions, she had the confidence to negotiate exclusions in her master subcontract agreement that landed her a multi-million-dollar contract. She also learned to implement processes to help her competently expand her business. I want to commend the ATL's business diversity team, consisting of Valerie Nesbitt, along with Tammy Lisby and Hubert Owens, and our partners at the Watershed Management for developing this meaningful coursework. It was thoughtfully designed to help take your business to the next level. We want to thank you again for attending, and we wish you the best in growing your business. Thank you.
The Small Business Development Program was started as a pilot program in 2007 to help minority, small, and female-owned businesses to compete on DWM projects under the $4 billion Clean Water Atlanta program. To develop the program, several prime and subcontractors, along with DWM staff, were interviewed to identify factors that can improve the ability of small, minority, female-owned businesses to participate on DWM contracts. From this effort, a 10-week intensive training program was created to prepare companies to compete as subs, joint venture partners, or primes. In 2017, DWM and DOA combined its resources to expand the curriculum and extend it to a 15-week program. The 2018 participants were the first to graduate from this joint program. The program's curriculum covers a wide variety of topics, including trenchless sewer rehabilitation technology, bonding and insurance, contract administration, construction accounting and finance, estimating and bidding, and a 10-hour safety course, and a fire overhead development course. This year, we added a new class, Building Your Own Brand, to help companies communicate what they do and interact with primes. The training modules are strategically developed to strengthen and improve small, minority, and female business technical, operation, and financial capabilities. Now I would like to bring up our past participants so that they can provide you with information on how the program has benefited their company. I'd like to ask Mr. Al Edwards from CERM to come up, please.
Good morning. How's everyone? You know, I want to first thank the organizers for putting this together and the City of Atlanta for, really your vision. This is, and it's so easy because we're always amongst each other, and I know there's struggle in small business and small business programs. You know, the people here, let me tell you right away, they're going to fight you in the best interest of your business, so be ready. But it's so easy to lose sight that this is a world-class program. I mean, can anyone tell me in any other city in the United States where such a program exists? Anyone? Being nowhere else. And that means that means something special. So I have to pause to say thank you, and really understand and appreciate what this means from a small business capacity building perspective. And then what perhaps, and I always think about, what did Mayor and we met in high school, and we started the company in 1995. So we were in the pilot program for the watershed program. And so since that time, we've grown fairly consistently. And luckily, through the partnership, our very first project, first public project, was at Hartsfield, the EIS, the Environmental Impact Statement. So now we work at 7 airports around the Southeast. We serve about 100 families. We're headquartered here. We have offices in Mobile and in Orlando. Our aviation practice, as a matter of fact, our aviation practice leader is here, Ms. Shelley Lamar. Shelley, stand up if folks see you. And then Rodney Givens is here. Rodney is our roadway and transportation sector lead, and he runs all of our construction management business. So finally, I just wanted to offer a nugget. So we've had this consistent growth, and of course, there are difficult days along the way. And I always say, just receive the blessings wherever they show up in your life. So in gatherings like this, it's common to kind of rush the front to speak to the leaders, but I've found in the city of Atlanta and in this community, and when my intentions are right, oftentimes my blessing is sitting right next to me. So make sure you get a chance to touch the folks next to you. Thank you all, good luck, and don't be surprised if you look around and we're sitting in the class with you. God bless.
Next, I have Ms. Nee Parker, the concrete lady.
Good morning, everyone. I don't know why y'all had me come behind him, but I'm gonna say that I feel so blessed to be standing in front of you guys, and so blessed because I am a Grady baby, and you all know what that means. That means I'm a Georgia peach. And my grandfather did construction for 40 years here in Atlanta, and just to have the opportunities that he did not have, it's such a great blessing. And everyone that has I've had met in this journey of being the concrete lady, and from all the different government agencies, City of Atlanta Procurement Office, when they say you can call them and show up, I do. Where's Mr. Scott at? Because I would come knocking on his door, and also Mr. Richard Case. And I have met so many great friends, because this journey can be a lonely journey, because only when you attend these events, the same people, the same faces. But I've been so blessed to meet Miss Tanya Hicks, Janet, and just to have the support, because in this industry and being a female, But to have those friends I have met in this industry, I want to say thank you, if I don't say it again, because they know I've been emotional roller coaster. And to Ms. Cook, I want to say thank you so very much. And as the class, say what? As far as the class, I enjoyed everything that I learned in class. I needed it, especially about the contracts and having an attorney. And that was right on time for me, because I want to let you all know, if you don't know, there is a garage being built at the Grant Park Zoo. I am the second tier subcontractor for that project. So when you go in that park, think about the concrete lady. And there are some other great things that's coming my way, and I know because I'm in the right city, the right place, and the right time. And I am so blessed again, and I hope, I know I went on this side, so I'm coming on this side because I want everybody to meet the concrete lady. But also, too, I'm just so full, because you all just don't know. I'm trying not to cry, because It's been a long journey, but again, just to be among you all is so special to me. And thank you for allowing me to stand here and just speak to y'all. And if you got the blue book, Who's Who, I'm on the cover. Thank you all so very much.
And lastly, I want to bring up Ms. Janet Allison, CBI Industry, Inc.
So we have a timer, right, somewhere? Okay. So this is the new modern Oreo. We support each other no matter what's going on. The concrete lady, the power lady, and the engineering lady. And so we're here to tell you what great things we got from the class. Pretty powerful and beyond our expectation. So that's the big piece of all of this. The people in the class who support you no matter what, who understand your journey and want to help no matter what it is. So this is us, this is the people, and we appreciate everything. Sorry, I just swallowed a cough drop, excuse me. Okay, next is the leaders of the class. Next is the leaders of the class. Can you raise your hands? Miss Marlene, Miss Cook, Miss Valerie, and I'm not sure who else is involved this year, but if you could raise your hand just for a minute. These ladies invest in your business. Miss Joanne. And so these ladies invest their time, and it's way beyond an 8 to 5 job for them. A lot of nights it's 10:30, 11, 12 o'clock. We're getting emails at 3 o'clock in the morning from Laura, and she's CCing all of them, and then they start replying. So during this 15 to 18-week period, they are for you. They're trying to make sure everything in every class is planned perfect so you come out better than when you went in. It's just like the Bible talks about going in one door and coming out another. You come out a different business than you entered. And so I was asked to talk about the 3 P's in mind. The first is people. You need to meet everyone in your class. You need to meet everyone in here. If you don't know me, I'm Janet Allison with CBI. We're an engineering, consulting, and specialty contracting company, and we're here to serve in whatever capacity we can for the city and for small businesses, as small businesses are our purpose. Okay, so thank you, ladies. You can be seated. Okay, so next in the 3 P's is the program. So we want to talk about the legal part too, because it's phenomenal. If you're in your business and you're dealing with contracts, there is a way to negotiate with the big primes. There's a way you can find out how it's done so that you come out professionally, that you don't have to be upset and so on and so forth, but there's processes and procedures within the city to help you. So what I want to give is a little bit of a story about myself. I was in the middle of a contract, or really a negotiation, with a big airplane manufacturing company. As of last Friday, when I was speaking with them about things that still weren't worked out, they said to me, "You are operating on the same level as us legally." And I said, "We meant to." So this program connected the dots for me in my mind of how I could go out into the world and project my small business as a large business big enough to compete with the big guys. So I challenge you to think about that. Are you doing that now? And if you're not, come to the class and get the education so you can use the tools to do that. The next thing I wanted to talk about the program was ethics. So I finally got a big lead into the airport. I was so excited. I got to meet this great man. He was one of the gatekeepers of the airport. So what did I do? I went my normal self, which these people already know, and purchased a gift so that I could show up knowing I was a giving person trying to do the right thing for the leadership of the airport. When I got there, he accepted the gift. No way would he embarrass me that he wasn't able to accept that gift. But on our next meeting, he returned it to me. He said, I want to stay out of trouble, but more importantly, I want to do business with you, so I want you to stay out of trouble. Now, when you talk about leadership in the city and all the things that are discussed on the news, let's make sure something like that makes headlines, that we do have good people in good positions that are doing the right thing to make sure we get to where we're supposed to be going. The next class that I'd like to talk about is the estimating class. Now, I'm in professional services, but my company has an extension of specialty contracts. So what I'll say about this is that Michael Jackson, and yes, I teased him about black or white, but he had no idea what I was talking about. So I came back to him and I said, one day a class is going to show up with black and white outfits and hats, and you're going to understand because they're going to be playing the Michael Jackson song, Black or White. But that's just the funny about the class. The gentleman is exquisite. He teaches you the in-depth way of doing it as a small business. And I see people shaking their head. There's no one like him. He's planned a $6 billion city. I think it's in Saudi Arabia or somewhere in Dubai. I'm not really sure, but he has that working right now. He actually won that for his company doing the estimating, so he's just a phenomenal guy to get to know. Okay, so that's the program, and that was the second P. The third P is purpose. We all have a purpose in life. We need to give back to each other. We need to know what's right and what's wrong and to do our best, not only to represent our businesses, but also to represent the city. And this is very important. So when something isn't going right, it's really your call to go to the city and say, I'm not perfect here, I need some help. And Miss Valerie will tell you, I was on a contract at the airport and I wasn't really sure what the next step was. But she guided me. She got involved with me and she made sure my company succeeded at the contract. So I say and I challenge you to at least attempt to go the right methods, to doing the right things and not just stop, but to make sure you understand that you do make mistakes doing the first call of any contract you do with a large airport or a large corporation. So at the end of this, I want to thank all of the leadership, and I want to thank the mayor. I want to thank the city, the Department of Aviation, the Department of Watershed, and in closing, thank you for being here as CBI will progress, and one day we're going to have CBI on a building downtown just lighting up Atlanta. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Laura, will you please come up?
Good morning, my name is Laura Cook, and I've been partnering actually with a lot of the businesses that have gone through this program, as well as the City of Atlanta Department of Aviation, the Department of Watershed Management. It is absolutely a unique program, and one of the things I wanted to talk about is the program itself is the application and the brochure. Well, let me start with this. All the information that you have in hand can be found on the City of Atlanta's website, atlantawatershed.org/SBDP2019/. Everything you have in your hand is located on that site. You can download it, you can forward it on, you can access it that way. We've also been able to provide you a hard copy. And so our brochure, if you take a look at the brochure, it goes in depth about the program itself and the needs of both watershed and aviation. It also goes into detail about the individual training programs, training modules, excuse me. And behind that is actually the schedule, the actual dates for the scheduled classes. Now, I want to make sure that everybody understands that this is actually a training program. And what that means is this is not an individual training classes. That when you apply for this, you're applying for the program in its entirety. The program was actually built and designed to help a business throughout different areas. As you heard, there's contract law class, there's construction accounting, professional accounting classes, there's FAR class, there's estimating. There's various classes that what they do and the way that they're scheduled by their dates is each one builds upon the other. And so it all culminates in taking the estimating and bidding class. And in the estimating and bidding class, you take all of the knowledge that you've gained from the different classes and you use it in that particular class. So it's a training program. It is a commitment and it is very extensive. The majority of the classes are held on Tuesday and Thursday evenings after work. The classes are from 5:30 to 9:30. And what we do is we feed you. We know a lot of the times most of the business owners are wearing different hats and having to act in different capacities. So we know you're already exhausted and we understand you have families. So we're trying to make this as easy as possible for you so that you can gain this knowledge to better improve your company and your capacity. So the majority of the classes are on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We do have one that is on Monday. We have two that are on Wednesday, and we have two that are on Saturday classes. The classes are going to be held either down at near the airport, and the rest of the classes will be at the Watershed office, and that information is also on the schedule. You will also have an application in your packet. Okay? This can also be found online. If you go online, it's a PDF fillable document. What you'll need to do is download it, fill it out, and submit it. Okay? And there's 3 ways you can submit your application. You can either send it in via email, you can fill it out, you can fax it, or you can mail it to our offices. Okay? The deadline to receive applications is Thursday, December the 6th. All the information you need is online and is actually on the questionnaire. So if you have any questions about that, you can give us a call or come see me. There is no cost to apply for the program. However, there is a cost to attend the training program. It's $550 for everything. And if you've taken a moment to look at the classes, you'll see that the classes are very, very extensive. And you cannot get any type of training like this anywhere else. If you look at the P6 class alone, you have Evans Technology that actually comes down. You have 3 8-hour days of hands-on training in the P6 module. You don't have to have P6. We provide that for you for the training purposes. But you get everything in our classes are hands-on. It is purposefully done this way so that you can truly garner the training and education you need to better improve your business. Now, you can have different individuals attending the different training classes because you have different folks in your office that could be doing the accounting, that could be doing your estimating, that could be doing your scheduling. You can have those individuals attend, but attendance from your firm is mandatory in all of the classes. We'll be accepting about 35 to 45 firms to take the class, and we do this once a year. So I encourage you to make sure that you complete the application in its entirety. If there's something that is non-applicable to your firm, please put NA. And any of the information that we're asking to be substantiated, that you also attach that, because we want to get a complete application so that we can get these reviewed, assessed, and then we can let you know if you've been accepted into the program. Again, we can only do up to 45. The classes lose their ability to interact and to give us process as much education as we possibly can when you get too large. So we want to keep it in that low end of 45. We do this every year. So if you are unable to attend this or are not selected for this particular one, we encourage you to stay in touch. We have you in our database, and we'll make sure we notify you when the next class comes about. I think that's it. And I'll be in the back after this if you have any questions.
We're going to make a slight adjustment in the agenda, and we're going to address questions at this time before we close out. Valid? Valid. Do I have any questions? Please stand, sir.
My name is Steve. This program you're talking about, is that just for watershed management contracts, or is it also for
So the question that he stated, is this program just for watershed management contracts, or is it for other contracts? it's not just for watershed contracts, but it's primarily for companies that are construction management oriented, and that you can participate if you have other, but it doesn't have to just be watershed contracts, because that's why we partner with the airport also.
And so when you sign up, you don't take classes, when you sign up to participate, that's with both departments?
Yet it's a joint program. So with that being said, it's one program, but we are sponsoring it together.
So let me add to that. You do not have to have an existing contract as a prime or a sub to take this training. And this training is specifically open to small, minority, and female businesses that fall under the SBA guidelines. Whether you have a contract or not, we want to get you to that point in time that you are available to have the capability to be able to go after those particular contracts. So you do not have to have an existing contract with the City of Atlanta to participate in this training program. And can you all speak up just a little bit when you're asking the questions so we can hear you?
Yes, sir.
Good morning. My name is Fred L. Question is there any particular size, minimum size of a company that can qualify for the program?
No, it's just that you have to have a minimum requirement of 1 year in business. He asked, is there a minimum size company that can participate? And there isn't. You just have to have been in business for 1 year, and you have to meet this SBA guidelines.
So I want to add to that, we have had firms that are one-person firms to medium-sized firms, 35 individuals. So this is open to all that fall under that particular guideline. What it is not a program for brand new companies, and that's why we have the 1 year. We need you to be at a certain point in time to be able to be, so that the class is equivalent and you're moving forward together and not having to go back to retrain somebody on something that they didn't want to wear.
Yes, ma'am. We'll take that into consideration. Thank you. Yes, sir.
1 year in Georgia, or anywhere in the U.S.?
Anywhere in the U.S. Oh, I'm sorry, you can't hear. Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes, my question is, last year before, I'm with Lincoln Associates. My name is Nelson Jackson. We applied, but was not selected. Will you all give any consideration for people in the past who did not make that 45 cut?
So what the gentleman is asking is that he applied for the program last year, and he's asking if we give consideration to those that applied last year who are applying for this year's program. Actually, every program is, even though it's the same program, it's almost like you're starting the process over again. And so you're in competition with the other companies that submit their applications for this year's program.
We already have the SBE under the City of Atlanta, but not the female-owned certification.
No, you don't. Thank you. Yes, sir. His question was, is the program geared towards particular types of businesses?
The program is for both construction and professional services that would be in line with program management as well as construction management and the support that's needed for programs on both the program management and construction management side.
I have my nonprofit.
Ma'am, can you stand up? That way people can hear you.
My nonprofit is several
So what I would suggest, that's actually the very first time we've ever had that happen. What I would suggest is submit the application, and again, we'll take that into consideration. Oh, I'm so sorry. We apologize, everybody. At this point in time, our firm has been operating as a nonprofit organization, and now she's moving into the for-profit, but she's been in existence for more than a year. And so my answer to her is to go ahead and submit the application, and that's the first question we've ever had of that, and we'll take that into consideration.
Yes, sir.
I hate to repeat a similar question, but I think it still might be on some of our minds, including mine. I'm representing a commercial cleaning company. And so I heard with securities and then with the other gentleman's question, and you said support. So any subcontract, or this is beneficial for any of us, cleaning, security, any.
Yes. His question, let me repeat his question. He's asking specifically the types of disciplines or services that can be a part of this program. And as long as there's support to the prime contractors or the type of scope of services that we have with our contracts, yes, it's accepted. Yes, repeat the question, okay. He asked, where are the classes located and are they accessible to the Marta train? As Laura stated earlier, there's a schedule in the back of the brochure that lists the classes and their location. Some of the classes will be located at the airport at the tech campus, and the other classes will be at our 72 Marietta Street, which is near the 5 Points Marta station.
Just to add to that, the parking at the location for the training that's listed as Loop Road, that is open parking, that's free parking, as well as those classes that'll be held at Watershed Management. That parking is provided there as well, but it's very specific parking. You have to park where we tell you to park, and then it's considered, it would be free as well.
I do want to address the Marta question that you did ask. The 72 Marietta, that is accessible by Marta. However, the tech campus, which is down by the airport, is not accessible by Marta. That's at 22 Loop Road. Yes. It's right south of where the airport is, inside the perimeter. And we do, like I'd mentioned earlier, that we do cover the cost of food for you for the evening classes, as well as breakfast and lunch for the all-day classes. We do cover all of the parking. So we want to make sure that you understand that we really want you in these training programs. And so we are doing everything we possibly can, the city is, to make it as affordable as possible to be able to attend the training. So the question that was asked is, during each of the training modules, I did indicate that you could have various staff members attending the different training modules. The question is, can you have more than one staff member in each training module? And the answer to that is no. Unless something occurs and we have an open spot for any particular reason, it's just one representative per firm.
Just to add to that, I think it's incumbent upon you and whoever it is that you have represent your company to take the information back so that you can use it and then apply it throughout your firm. So I just want to just make sure that, you know, you all just keep that in mind. If you are selected, make sure that whoever is attending brings the information back and shares it.
My question is, do you pay the $550 to apply, or once you
Her question was about the assessment fee, which is $550, and she wants to know if you pay it when you're approved, or do you pay when you apply? It's when you're approved. Are there no more questions? So Valerie will close out the program.
Okay. Thank you very much. And certainly, if you have questions afterwards, just something that just comes up after we close out, we will be around towards the end of the program today. And plus, I believe that there's information there in terms of email as well as phone numbers for you to call, because we want to make sure that you have as much information as possible so that you can make a decision regarding participating in this program. So with that, it's my duty today to close us out. I'd like to thank each of you for being here today, especially our speakers, Muhammad Bali, and my boss, which was Michael Smith. You make sure you give a good word to him about me for being here, taking the time out of their busy schedules. I also want to acknowledge our volunteers that assisted with registration, the ladies and gentlemen in the back of the room. Yeah, give them an applause. They work hard. As well as we have representatives here with us today from the Office of Contract Compliance, Larry Scott. Everybody knows Larry, right? And his team. I think that there was someone earlier asking me about how to get certified with the City of Atlanta. So definitely want to speak to him or someone from his team in the back of the room about that. They can give you information. There you are. Give you information on that. And I also want to thank our speakers, those that have participated in the class previously. Al and Chalini and Janet and others. And actually, if you have participated in our class previously, all of our alumni, would you please just stand and wave your hand? We want to acknowledge you. Past participants. Thank you very much. So before you leave today, if you want to get some more firsthand information about the class from someone who has participated, make sure you stop by and talk with one of these individuals as well. Okay? So with that, I believe that will close out our day, our session today. I want to thank you guys again for being here. It's a pleasure to represent the airport, but most importantly, to partner with one of our sister organizations, the Department of Watershed Management. What we're doing, in my opinion, is really groundbreaking because we have pulled together our resources, because we both, from an organization standpoint, are very, very committed to supporting and growing and developing small businesses. So what better way to do that but to join forces to do so? And I think that by doing so, we've been able to offer something, in my personal opinion, that is groundbreaking, but also very, very extensive, and something that will help you develop and grow your firms. So with that, we will close out, but again, we're not going to leave. We will be around to answer questions. And did we acknowledge Joanne? I think Joanne, oh, she's already gone. Oh, Joanne Tuttle towards the back of the room as well. Laura, one thing we didn't talk about, and you need to come back and talk about this, that is the business assessments. Please, because this is something that, and this is my first year doing this, and this is year 2 for us, and I don't know that companies that participated recognize the value of this business assessment. So I would ask Laura to come back up and talk about that, what it entails, the benefits, etc. Would you do that, please? Thank you.
So what this is it's in the brochure, and this is actually an office overview. It is conducted by either myself or Joanne Tuttle. It is completely confidential, and when you're in the program, it is something that we come in, we do an operational overview of how your business is functioning. And we look at different capacities. We look at your marketing, we look at your operating procedures on your accounting side, we look at your employee manuals, we look at, do you have contracts in place? We take a look at that. It's a question and answer session, and again, it is completely 100% confidential, nothing goes back. What we do is we take that information, we provide a report back to you, a written report that only goes back to you, that identifies what the industry standard is for that area, where you are in that area and what our recommendations are for you to become compliant or to better your offices. And so that's what Valerie was talking about, but it's called an office overview, and that is part of the $550. It is not in addition to it. And again, it's $550 for the entire program. And I do want to mention again that December 6th is the deadline to submit it. Please do not wait till the last minute in case you have any kind of technical difficulties. It always, unfortunately, seems to happen that Murphy, pokes his head in, but please submit your application, and if you can, before that as
class, the very second class, I believe it was, which is the contract administration, she said that what she learned in that session, she was able to apply the very next day or so because she was bidding on a contract. And what she learned was what she could ask, what was it? When she was negotiating the contract, she learned what she could say, what she could ask for, and what she could not accept in the actual agreement. So, I may not be wording it properly, but what she said in a nutshell was, of the $550 that she invested in the class, her return on investment occurred the very next week. So I would just highly, highly encourage it. Talk to her afterwards, guys, and I don't know if you can stick around, but please talk to Tanya as well as any of the other people, companies that participated last year. So with that, that's my last commercial. We will close out, and again, please stick around, network, and we will definitely be around to talk to you further about it. Thank you so much.
For more information, email Marlene Coleman at mcoleman@atlantagA.gov or call her at 404-546-1282. And to apply to the Small Business Development Program, click on the link below.